Doesn't look promising, does it? I got one bag left. And you thought I wasn't going to show this. I'm not going to do that to you. I want you to see if I can do this in 4 bags. Just because I really don't want to go back to the store. But we'll see. I kind of am doubtful. Lift with your legs, not your back. And I also got a back brace on. I have a feeling I am going to have to tell Motha we are not going to make it. Oh, okay. I still have that little bit of other bag. Yeah, make sure you check all your bags. Make sure you use it all up before you think, oh, brother, I gotta go back to the store. And what I should have told her was, let's get 5 bags. If we don't need them all, we can take one back or something. You know, but I thought that on 3 bags because I didn't measure. I didn't measure first. We're at home. She wanted to stop at Lowe's first before coming over here. Kind of liking this little leaf rake. It works a little bit better than a stiff, one of those stiff garden rakes for this. See, I don't think I'm getting really a proper 2-inch coverage. I might be getting a little bit less than that. That's why I think we're going to need some more. I could get a coverage, but at that point it only makes sense to get 1 or 2 more bags. Then I can go over here and get this nice and properly the thickness that I want. Because I know after a few months this is going to start looking suspect. Now see, I've got a little bit more to do, but we know there's not going to be near enough. Mother's going to be surprised when I tell her, you know, guess what? We need to get some more. And how much more would you think we would need? Huh? If you said 1, I would have to put the kibosh on that. If you said 2, I would also have to say negatory. I'm going to get 3 more bags. Can you believe that? 3 more bags to get a nice proper coverage. Because see, remember over here, right over here, remember we were only 2 inches off from the old stuff right up against the curb. See, we still got an inch there. So I'm being very lenient and miserly with the bark that I already have in there. And I can build this area up because I know there's foot traffic that kind of comes along here through the parking area. Because the parking areas are over here, see? And then lots of times they don't like to walk behind the cars. They like to walk in front of them and along here and boop, 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 boop. So I know I need to have it thicker there. So, wow. You know, I could almost do with 4 bags. I don't know if she's going to like that, but, you know, if you're guessing for the second time, get enough for your project. And if you got a little bit left, you can use that later when the wind blows or your water goes on and you see where your light somewhere. Leave it in the garage, and you always got it to freshen this up. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to clean up a little bit and give her the bad news. Hey, here's a tip for you. Anytime I've got some thought or idea for you, I'm going to share it. Remember that plastic bag I was trying to shove all that those prickly bush pieces in? I should have just waited, left them out on the sidewalk or on the side, and then after if you're going to get bark in a ground cover bag, you know, a bark bag like this, open up the top, let's say, try to keep it as clean as you can. Then you can use this as your garbage sack for all your clippings and stuff that you got at first. And if you want, you know, if you're very frugal, you can reuse these, you know, for your trash bags. for your lawn clipping, not lawn clippings, but if you're trimming bushes or whatever, you can just put them in this bag, leave them in the garage if you want, or in your storage shed or whatever. You need a bag like that. They're a little bit stronger than little kitchen bags too, and you can use that. There's a tip for you. Now granted, I know we're not done with this project and all. While I'm waiting for Motha, and before you get done, mind you, you want to clean up after yourself. Anything on the concrete edging or sidewalk, you want to sweep that back in. You can adjust anything that you need. And I'm going to sweep up all this stuff on the outside, not because this is part of the project, but just because it's real close to where I was working. So I know she's going to want me to sweep all this stuff up anyway. And I can be doing that while I'm waiting for her. And I'll have all this stuff cleaned up so that next time I come, I'm just going to have to be concentrating in that area there, okay? So yeah, spend a little time and get it nice and cleaned up. Don't use your hose after this. Just use a broom. You don't want to waste that water anyways, you know. So when I get all done, that's what I want it to look like. Nothing around the edges, nothing up here, nothing down here. Having it nice and clean all the way around there. I'm gonna walk it over here, and I'm gonna clean all that stuff up too, okay? Yeah, have some pride in your work. That's part of your project. It's your stamp, your signature on who did the work, and I know you can do it. So you remember what I was showing you on the bag, 12 by 12. 12 feet, 12 square feet is 12 feet this way and 12 feet up this way, like you're making a square. 12, 12, 12, 12. I think that's what they're talking about. And then that would only be 2 inches. So see right here, you would think it would cover about that much, wouldn't you, for 2 inches? But it didn't, because I don't know why. You just have to look on the bags and then give yourself a fudge factor. And see, I would have thought 4 bags would have been enough, even without measuring this firsthand. But if you got questions about that, measure your entire area, length times width. You know, if you got a small area, you can go 3 feet by however long this is, 14, 18 feet. And then if it comes out a different way, maybe you can have a different measurement like that. Look at it as squares, measure it up. Take that measurement to the store so that you got some good idea about how many bags to get. If you're doing a small area, if you're doing a large area like a backyard or side yard, don't get the bags. Yes, my aunt made the mistake of doing that once upon a time. They loaded up the back of the van as many bags as they could, and they said, okay, we can't get any more, and that should be enough. Well, off to the store they went again after that. They filled up the entire van again, and they thought that would be enough. Well, that wasn't enough either. So, you know, if you got bigger areas, you might want to have somebody dump it out on the street or in your side driveway or your main driveway, shovel it, get a wheelbarrow, and do it that way. And even that way, sometimes you'll be short. So just do a little bit good measuring and add some extra. You'll be glad you did. Just like this. I'm going back to the store, and you know, I was saying 3 bags. I mean, 3 bags is going to be suspect. I mean, I could almost put another 4 bags in here, you know what I mean? And get it a little bit thicker in areas I would be assured of having enough. I could raise this area up over here a little bit more, because that still looks a little low to me. I'd like to see it maybe a 1/2 inch from the edge, from this lip here, about a 1/2 inch. Well, I got, you know, right there, when this compacts down a little bit, when it gets wet, let's say, I got a good inch there. See, around the edges. I want a little bit less than that, because I know. See, here's my old stuff. See, the old stuff is down about 1.5 inches. After I put the new stuff, I shouldn't be down another 1.5 inches, should I? That common sense says that's going to fill that up. And if you're on just plain old dirt, you're going to have to put more. But You remember all the old stuff that we covered? And I'm still shy. You know, right there, yeah, I gotta push that around. But see, right here, here's the old stuff right there. I don't even have this covered. So from this amount right here down to there is less than 2 inches. I don't even have enough there. It boggles your mind how less, not how far, but how minuscule this stuff goes in the bags. You know, good thing it's not very expensive, and I'll just have to get some more, that's all. That's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos. Yeah, see, I told you 4 more bags, and this is the same stuff, but it's a different bag, but it still says small, and they just redid it in a different container, and those were over at the store. When I got back to the store, here's another tip for you. When I went back to the store, they didn't have the exact same bag as what I got, and you hope that you don't run into a problem where you can't get the rest of your stuff to finish your project because they don't have it next time you go to the store to get it. Well, this is the same stuff. And of course, this time, what do you suppose Motha had to get? Oh yeah, she had to get some little things like this. This is what happens when you help your mother out. Now I've got to plant these 2 buggers in one of her pots at her house. Yes, thank you very much for the extra work, Motha.
Okay, Joe.
And see, she's got a little pot, and these only came in gallon containers. Sometimes they come in 6-packs. So if you see something in a 1-gallon container, maybe they'll come in a 6-pack, but because these didn't, what I'm gonna do, because I want to get a good coverage in the pot, once I take these out, I'm gonna cut these in half, so I have 4 halves, and then I'm gonna plant those strategically in her big round pot next to her front door. What do you think about that?
Yes.
Trying to save you money.
Thank you.
Because,
thank you.
See, these will get bigger, but it's going to take a while to cover the full coverage of her pot. So enough of that. Let's get on with the project. But before that, I had it stacked over here. She said, make sure you don't put it next to this. I thought this was window cleaner, but it's not. What is this, Motha?
That is weed killer.
It's weed color and weed killer. And how did you make that? Her own concoction. She heard about it on Facebook or YouTube, something. What is this?
It was,
what was it, vinegar
and Epsom salts and the Blue Dawn liquid.
Oh, Blue Dawn liquid. Okay, that's right. And then you put water in there, and that's your weed killer. And I tried it out once upon a time. Last time I was here at the church, as a matter of fact. They had weeds all along the sidewalk over here and down the front. And you know what? I don't see any of them anymore, and I think it kind of worked.
I think it did.
Yeah. So it's a little bit more economical, plus it's not as harsh on the environment. And when I was at the store, remember I told you they had plastic? They have plastic bags. And right outside the place, here's these bags. They were in a roll, and then you can pull them out. I've got a long piece underneath here. You can put these in your trunk or whatever. They're free at the store. You know, they also have red flags that are free, and twine if you have to tie down your trunk or something like that. So remember that next time you're at the garden department or your hardware store. You know, they always have stuff like that. Usually it's out right as you walk out of the store. Okay, see this nice sheet here? It's just right here. Ugh. So here's this big sheet. I just laid it out like that, and you can put 2 in there, or 3 or 4 if you want to fill the whole back of your van, let's say, or you know, like your trunk of your car or whatever. Remember that.